Stungon Jokhayadega. Istungon Jokhayadega. We don't have good morning in the Mvskoke language. So we say, did you make it through the night okay? Or did you make it without any problems? And that's our good morning. And this means, did you make it through the night okay? Jokhayadega. Istungon Jokhayadega. But the base word for this is hayatki. Hayatki means morning, okay? Jokhayadega means it's through the night and made it into the morning. Okay, I want to introduce myself, especially for you new ones. I'm Rebecca Barnett. I'm a fluent speaker, and I may not be like the elders. They were really fluent. But I do speak and I communicate with the elders now. So, but what I want to let you know is we're going to go through sounds because our language, the Mvskoke language, is sounds. And so for you new ones, I want to go through the sounds with you. And let me explain this. Sounds are very important. I stress sounds. And it may get redundant to you, but you're going to find out in the end what it does. I had the level 2 classes coming in, and they will let you know that sounds is the most important one because we have tones too in our language. You will get the tone. And another thing is, don't be afraid to make a mistake. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. Ask questions. I don't care how many questions you have. Stop me and I'll answer you. Due to the fact that questions is the only way you're going to learn, okay? And sounds. But sounds are, and this is another thing. Sounds are going to get redundant. And you may say, oh my gosh, sounds again, sounds again, sounds again. For you new ones, this is where we're going to start off. This is level 1. So sounds is the one that you're going to have to learn because I've had students come in and say, Fujo. We have no such word as Fujo. We have Fojo. That's a duck. And then we have some, they'll say Jiro. There's no such word in the Mvskoke language as Jiro. It's Jito. Jito. See, and then they have tones, and these tones will come with it. But I don't want you to get behind, and that's why we're starting with level 1. We had to split up classes. So I'm going to be, if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask, okay? And then after you learn sounds, we'll go into verbs because verbs is it's a prominent language. Everything we do, there's a lot of verbs. And we'll start with infinitive verbs, and I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to show you. So, and I don't want no one to get behind. I do not want anybody to get behind. So what we're going to do, and if it gets too fast, especially for you new ones, if it gets too fast, tell me to slow down. And as a speaker, I do tend to speak fast. They say, I don't know it, but I've been told, language is really fast. But what I'm going to start with is sounds, okay? And what I want you to do, this is my deal, is these are sounds, okay? I want you to forget English. And you're going to say, how am I going to do that? How do I forget English? Forgetting English is hard due to the fact that since preschool, for some kindergarten, for some of us, there wasn't. We just went straight into first grade, but the first thing you learned was ABCs. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And now when you see A, you say A, okay? You learned English phonetics. When I say forget English, when you see this letter, I want you to look at it as ah. Ah. It's a ah sound. When you see this, don't see it as C, see it as G. Okay? That's how I want you to look at this. Forget ACE. I want you to say G. Okay? G. Forget about looking at it in English. Look at it as sounds. Look at them as sounds. And when we get to words, I want you to look at these words not as something that, looking at it in the Mvskoke way. And I want to tell you a little bit about the language. You know, this language is older than 10,000 years old. It comes from a hard road, guys. It comes from a place that we knew as home and came here, but the language came with us. I'm a language caretaker. I take care of the language. The language became a passion to me when I found out that we don't have much speakers left. And what really was shocking was we started losing our elders. And I had to be the one that took place of one elder. That's a hard job, a hard thing they were hard shoes to fit into. And I just still don't consider myself at that age, but I cannot fill the shoes of an elder that I knew growing up. Cannot fill those shoes. So we're going to go through this alphabet, and I want you to look at them as sounds, okay? Don't look at them as the alphabet, but look at them as Mvskoke sounds. Okay, we're going to get started here. A, G, I, E. This is a short E. The first E there is short. I, Fi, He, A, Ki, Li, Mi, Ni, O, Bi, Ti, Si, Di, U, Ah, We, Ye. Okay, see how different that sounds for some of you? That's a whole different thing, isn't it? But get used to it. And we are going to go through these. We're going to go through these until you can say it just like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I want you to be able to say A, G, I, Fi, He, A, Ki, Li, Mi, Ni, O, Bi, Ti, Si, Di, U, Ah, We, Ye. Hear those sounds? Every one of these are in a Mvskoke word. Every one of these is in the Mvskoke word. So let's start over here, and I'm going to show you how it's used. Ah, afki, afki. Afki is like a soup. So don't look at it as soup. Look at it as afki. When you see it, afki. Ayo. Ayo is a hawk. Ayo is a hawk. And you can hear that. Ah, ayo. Hear it? Ah, ayo. When you see a hawk, don't look at it as a hawk. Look at it as a ayo. Ayo. You have to carry a piece of paper around. Carry it around. G, as in Jissy. Jissy is a mouse. Jessie is pumpkin. Jahgiben is 5. Okay, so when you look at, how many 5s do you see in a day? When you see that, don't look at it as 5. Look at it as Jahgiben. Forget English. Forget English. Okay. Right now, this is everywhere you look, you see this Jessie. Pumpkin. When you see pumpkin, Don't look at it as an English pumpkin. Look at it as a Mvskoke Jessie. Jessie. Right now, it's real prominent. Keep saying it. There's a Jessie there. There's a Jessie over here. Jessie, Jessie everywhere. So just look at it as Jessie. Forget English. Okay. There, and then what I want to let you know right here. Jahkiben. There are no silent sounds in the Mvskoke language. No silent sounds. I'm going to also teach you word placement, like your tongue, where your tongue is, where your mouth is, what you're going to have to feel. And you know, as a speaker, I never really thought, but when I started pronouncing words and stuff slowly, I felt, Jissi. Gee, your tongue is right at the edge and almost on your palate. Jessie. Jahkiben. Remember, no silent sounds. But this he right here is like it's got that sound to it. Jahkiben. So I want y'all to pay attention to where your tongue is, where your mouth is, and feel. Feel it. Okay? Feel where it's at. Iga. That's a head. Iga is a head. Iga. Hear that? Iga. Ido is a tree. Ido. Hear that? Ipuji. Ipuji is a sun. Okay? That's a short E. Okay, this is where you're going to find out where long and short makes a difference. Idalwa. Idalwa is a nation. Okay. This is comfortable to pronounce. Ibuji. Is grandma? No, Ibuji, Bushi, B-U-C-E, is P-U-S-E, is grandma. And we're going to study this. This is where we're going to see all this, okay? This is where, when we learn these sounds, you will get this. And I'm glad, comfortable to pronounce. That's good. Yes, okay. And you will see this, okay? And this is what's going to show you, okay? This is going to show you Buji and Bushi, okay? Because there's just not single letter sounds. There is 2-letter sounds and 3-letter sounds, and every one of those is in the Mvskoke word, okay? So let's get to E, long E. Idalwa. Hear that long E? E. Idalwa. Idalwa is a nation. Igana. Igana. E, long E, is real. You can hear it. Like I said, there's no silent sounds. Igana is the land or even the world. Ibagen. Ibagen is 6. So anytime you look at everything like this, like I said, look at this. Forget English. Go through it in Mvskoke, okay? Fee, as in figi. Figi. Hear it? Fee. Figi, as in heart. But, okay, listen, but you can't hardly hear the D sound in there, but say it, guys. Say it, and you'll feel your tongue on top of your palate. But you can hear, you can feel that D. Your tongue is on top of your palate. But means truth. Fushwa. And when you say these, I want y'all to know, pay attention to your mouth, okay? And if you can see mine, I hope you can see mine. Fushwa. Fushwa. The language is real prominent in the mouth, okay? Fushwa. Fushwa is a bird. He, as in hishje. Hishje. Hishje is what we do to greet, you know. And we're going to do greetings later on, but I'm not going to use this. I'm going to show you all different ways to greet people.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question about the use of the letter E.
Uh-huh.
So when do you know when to use the long E or the short E? What's the rule with that?
Okay. This is the thing right here, guys. Once we start learning these words and you start learning them, that's the only way to identify that. And that's the hard part, okay? That's the hard part. But we'll get to those words because we are going to learn words, but you're not just going to learn words because you're learning how to speak. So we're going to learn sentences using verbs. When you're doing something, somebody else is doing something because it's verb prominent. But you'll get this as we go through the words. Does that make sense to you? In identifying words.
Yeah, it will.
Okay. All right. And what I want to say is don't give up when it gets a little bit tough. Don't give up. Because of the thing, this is what it is. The language is here. We went through some tough times, guys. But did they give up? No. If our people gave up when they were coming to Oklahoma, this language wouldn't be here today. So don't give up. Don't give up. Okay. So you'll learn that as we go along. Okay. Biggie is a heart. When you look at heart or see a heart somewhere, see it on TV, don't look at it as a heart, look at it as a figgy. Figgy. And that's when I say, forget English. Okay, he's Jay. We say hello. Hatki. And this is another one. You think that D is silent, but say it. And you'll say hut. That D is right there on your palate. Your tongue's on your palate. Hatki. And that's white. And humgin. That's one. Okay. When you look at one, don't look at it as an English one. Look at it as humgin. Humgin. Okay. Look at it as humgin. Not as a one. Look at it as humgin. Okay. A lot of people get confused with this because you know how English has been very dominant. English is dominant. When you see this, it's an A sound. A. A as in hey. Hear it? Hey. Legida. Hey is hot. Legida is to sit. That's an infinitive verb. And we're going to learn those. Legida is to sit. Begida is to hoop and holler. Gi, as in mulberry. Gudgel is blackberry. Gubby is soap. Gubby. Lee, as in litki, run. Loja, turtle. Lamhi, eagle. So, you know, this is used every day, this gubby. When you see that, look at it as gubby, not soap. That's what I'm saying by forget English. If you just, this is like, you know, this right here you use every day. Just say gubby. It's soap. Because it's, you know, gubby is a big part of our lives. And what I'm trying to teach you is like everyday living. Okay, me as in mahi. Mahi means tall. Mado. Remember your O is real O, you know. Mado is thank you. Me just means do it. We're going to study those too. Me just means do it. That's a command. Ni as in najomi. Najomi means how many. Noggin is what? Nodi. Nodi is teeth. Here we go. Don't pronounce this as O. Like in English, it's O. Get an attitude with that O. Throw your head back if you have to. O. Okay? O. It's O. It's real blunt, real strong. That is Oba. Hear that? Oba is an owl. But if we said in a plain O, it would be Oba. And there's no such word as Oba. It's Oba. Oh. That's an owl. Ushki is a rain. It's rain. Ushki. But see, ushki. But if we said it in the English way, it'd be oski. There's no such word as oski. It's oh, ushki. Hear that tone? Hear that tone. You will pick that tone up, believe me. Owa. Owa. Owa is water. Another thing, you will learn something in this class. I guarantee my classes, you will learn something. Okay? I guarantee you will learn something. When you get through with this class, you will have, a light will come on. A light will come on, and then you got it. But give that, even if it's just a flicker, guys, that flicker will turn into a light. Okay? I guarantee mine work. Okay. B, this is another one that people gets messed up with. When they see this, they look at it as English, but the sound is B. B. B as in Mvskoke. Mvskoke. Mvskoke is a grape. Mvskoke. Mvskoke is father, our father. Omi. Omi is us. Okay, here's another one that people gets confused on. The. This is the. Okay, and a lot of people has a hard time pronouncing that. Your tongue is right below your front teeth. The. The. As in taco, that's big. The. As in a bullet or an arrow. Okay. Tato. Here, I want y'all to say it to yourself. Tato. You hear that? The. Tato. Okay. Is P more like P or B? More like the B. It's B. It's B. Like Mvskoke. Hear that? Mvskoke. B in there. Mvskoke. Boski. For me. For me. Okay. Okay. C. Is there another one, Jordan? Taco. Hear that? Taco. It's big. T is a bullet or an arrow. Tato. Tato. Hear that? O. T-A-T-O. Tato. That is a fish.
Oh, y'all got it? Okay.
T.
Okay.
T.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It sounds like that's what it's saying. Lee.
Is that what it sounds like?
So
I think it is, you know. See, it is the. Okay. The. Okay. C as in sa shakwa. Sa shakwa. And that's goose. That's a goose. Sada. Sada. Sada is an apple. Soda. Soda is the sky. Excuse me. D. D as in diniki. Diniki is thunder. Doctolose. Doctolose is chicken. And you probably seen this, dolose being chicken. This is an old word. They used to call it doctolose. But then we cut it off and said dolose, but it's understood. Okay, it's understood. Dr. Lozi, I know I knew an elder that still said this and still spoke the old way, but I knew what she was talking about. You know, I knew she would talk a little different because she talked the old Creek, the old Muskogee language. Dut Jeenen. Dut Jeenen is 3. Ooh. This is ooh. Ooh. As in chola. Goody. Chola is a fox. Goody is a frog. Bojasi. Bojasi is an owner. This is a. And this and is confusing. The A and this is confusing. I still have trouble with it. We still have trouble with it in here. Sometimes it's hard to hear that. And even being as a speaker, I have like, you know, I have to ask my coworkers, what do you hear? What do you hear? Because, you know, everybody has a different hearing. And so I always ask, what do you hear? So this is a, okay? Jussie, hear it? Jussie. That's a pumpkin. Budgie, budgie, hear that? Budgie. That is a pigeon. Udgie, that's corn. See how these words are made with sounds? See how they are? That's what I want you to get to. We are sounds. Our language is sounds, okay? We, as in washko. Washko. Washko is a chigger. Waga. Waga is a cow. Weesho. Hear that? Weesho? That's a sassafras. And that's one of our main things for us Muskogee people. We drink sassafras. You know. Ye, as in yaha. And we're going to get to this right here now. Yaha. I know you don't hear a ye in there, but you will get it when we go along here. Yaha is a wolf. Yefki is evening. Yanasa is a buffalo. Okay. So we went through this. Any questions so far? Any questions? If you have a question, let's get to these questions. Okay. And we're going to go through this until it's going to be redundant, guys. These sounds are going to be redundant to you, and you're going to say, okay, it is a sound. But once we get through this, you're going to find out how these sounds is your key to pronouncing it right. I don't want no one to be saying Fujo. I want you to be saying Fujo. Okay? I don't want y'all to be saying Jito. I want y'all to be saying Jito the right way. Okay? The right way. I want you to know the right way, because my job is to teach the language, not change the language. We're not going to change it. Oh, sure. I can do that for you. I ain't a very good singer, but chi e fi hi e ki li mi ni o li mi ni o bi ti si ti bi ti si ti u we ye u we ye. That okay? And see, guys, you know, if you're having a hard time to do this, sometimes just singing that sing song is good. Just walk around singing it. I know one of my coworkers said they walked around singing it. And that's a good thing. That's one way to get it. Okay. Inga.
Someone said one more. Someone wants you to say wolf again.
Wolf. Okay. To say wolf is yaha. 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 Are there spelling word differences based on region? Well, as far as this goes, okay, you want me to pronounce the R once more. The. Your tongue is on your front top teeth. The. Okay. And are there spelling word differences based on region? Not in the Mvskoke language, unless there's a enunciation, or they're doing it in the English phonetic way. See. Well, L is silent. Well, what I'm saying is this right here, it can be the same. Feelingless. Mado. Flee. They're going flee. But flee. But it's thee, ain't it? This right here, THLE.
Yeah.
They're saying thee,
Mhm.
but it's thee with your tongue. Okay, I want everybody to put your tongue. Make sure that your tongue is on your top teeth. Thee. It's not thee, but thee. Okay, thee. Have y'all got that yet? Thee. And this is what another thing that I stress.
Call you back right now because
I think it is an accident.
Okay. This is what I want to get y'all to too. I had classes in our office and they weren't allowed to spell Afke. It's right here. AFKE, because that's English. Afke is a Mvskoke word. So I wanted him to say Afike. Afke. Afike, because this is not AFKE. That's English. This is a Mvskoke word, and you will get to that point, guys. Just give it time. Be patient, okay? Be patient. You will get there. And ayo, ayo. That's the way. In my class, they had to go to the board, and I'd ask them. I would call out a name or something. They had to spell it on the board and say it. And I guarantee you right now, they're the testimony to saying that sounds helps. They got testimonies here saying that they learned how to pronounce words and everything. You know, if they got testimonies saying that they helped, that they know now, and they got the tone, and they know how to spell, and they know how to look at words and know exactly what it is. So that's where I want to get you to, okay? G-E-C-C-E. G-E-C-C-E. And don't worry about forgetting English, because we're in an English dominant world. I've forgotten English for now. But that's okay. That's okay. Because my job is Mvskoke. Okay. So, and that's the most, I think people have a lot of trouble with that. But we're going to get to where I said, you're going to be using sounds. I don't want you to be using the English phonetics or anything. And you're saying, how am I going to do that? You will. I'm going to make sure you do. So like the right here is in tako. The a ki o. The e. The a the o. Tato. Tato. So guys, any questions? If there's any question, and if there's anything, this is how you're going to learn to read it, spell it, write it. You're also going to put these, you're going to put these into action, people. You're going to put these into action, all these sounds here. But my main thing is forget English. Forget English. Don't look at these letters as English letters. Look at them as Mvskoke sounds. When you see this letter, say ah. Ah. When you see a hawk, say ayo. Don't look at it as a hawk. Switch over. Ayo. Say, oh, there's an ayo. Ayo. Any questions? Okay. Right here.
Go ahead, click on it.
Okay. Hitidos. Machi. Growing up, I heard ki as G. Is it more just like the hard ki, not G? Right. Ki. Ki. It's ki, not G. And see, that's where pronouncing the words, you know, like I said, you want to be right. I want you to be right. I want you to learn it right. Okay. I don't want you to be to go and think all your life, you know, that this is it. It's ki. Like, let's go here. Ki. Ki. This is a mulberry. This is a mulberry. This is a object. Ki. Gajo. Gajo. That is blackberry. But what if we said G? What's G? What if we said Jajo? See, that's not a word. G. Gabi. Gi. Gabi. So see, that's soap. So, like I said, forget English. Let's get Mvskoke. You know, that's who we are, guys. We're Mvskoke people. This is what was given to us to know, to learn, to speak, to communicate. Okay, to communicate.
Okay, you have another question. They want you to do that A again.
Okay, this right here. A. Hey ye. A as in hey. Hear that. Remember, he, a, ye, e. Hey ye. Legida. Li, a, ki, e, ti, a. Legida. Bay. Hear it? Bay. B, a, ki, e, ti, a. Baykida. Baykida. And these two, when I get to two-letter sounds, you will understand more, okay? You'll understand more. But I'm going to go through that just for a second here. We got the two-letter sound between.
Yeah, they're on the same page.
Oh, okay. But,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, you have another question in there. Though.
okay.
Go ahead and click it.
What's the difference between hisj and hisj? It's the same. And the only thing is, it means the same. It's just that the spelling is different. And some people use this, but in my area, we didn't use hinsj. We used hisj. Okay. Does that answer your question? And I'm going to tell you, I have a lot of respect for all you people being in this class. Due to the fact that, you know, this language is going away, and this pandemic did not help us. This virus did not help us. In fact, seemed like it was attacking our speakers. And maybe it wanted us to work more. Maybe it wanted more people to come in and learn this language. But, you know, I think before, out of 86,000 people, Mvskoke citizens, our guess, this was just a guess, there was like 500 speakers left. And then the pandemic hit, this virus hit. And it was devastating to our language. It was devastating. Okay, now I'm going to go through this. I'm going to give you an idea where these words come up now. I want you to get your alphabet paper out, the single sounds. Ja. When you put chi and ah together, you get ja. When you put chi and e together, you get chi. When you get chi and A together, you get J. G and O, you get Jo. G and U, you get Ju. And then G and A, Ja. Okay, when I tell you that every one of these sounds, even the 3-letter sounds, makes a word. Look here. Ja. Ja. See. Ja. See. That's pumpkin. Just see. Da. Do. Da. Do. That's fish. See, you go back to your page and you see those words. Put these sounds together, and we will learn this, but we're going to learn single sounds. We're going to go over it. Like I said, don't get tired of it because it's going to be redundant, guys. But you got to learn sounds. I stress sounds. So if you're just sitting around, get your paper out. A, G, I, B, H, A, K, L, M, N, O, L, M, N, O, B, A, B, A, C, D, B, A, B, A, C, D, U, A, we, ye, U, A, we, ye. So, in other words, you just sing the song to A, G, I, E, F, H, A, G, L, M, N, O, B, B, C, D, U, A, we, ye. Here's those 2-letter sounds right here. Just see. Ja and see. See? Right here. Godi. If you look at those 2-letter sounds, you will find this word. And even this. Jola. Jola. This is ojase. You'll find all these in that 2-letter sound. Do, dolose. You will find that in 2-letter sound. See how these sounds are making words, guys? See, can you see it? That's why I stress sounds. That's why I stress sounds. I stress it. I stress sounds. That's the only way you're going to pronounce these words good, and you will. Just give it a chance, guys, and you will. Yeah, ha. This is in there. Go to you. Go to your yeah and ha, and that's where your enunciation goes. Yeah, ha. Okay, guys, it's time for me to go. When I'm in the language, I can go over and beyond. So, but I respect all of y'all for taking this, sharing this with me. So give me a chance to teach you. Give me a chance to share my language, my passion with you guys. That means I have a lot of respect for you. I have a lot of respect for you.
Mahaya. Mahaya. Terry and Dogas.
I know.
I have problems with the he and ah, like hayatkin. Am I saying that right? Hayatkin.
Hayatkin, like that song.
That song.
Lazy. You can hear those sounds.
So, but I'm having trouble with that H and the A, or he and ah.
I'll look that up. Let me look at it. Maybe next class I can explain it to you. Okay. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me get it out, and then I'll break it up and do whatever I can, and I'll find out. Okay.
Mado.
Okay. I want to say Mado to every one of you guys. Mado.